Welcome back to the Mask Fan Addict, my fellow creeps. It's me again, Dr. Lady in your face, or as you've probably come to think of me, your official government designated weird uncle. That's me. You know, there are a lot of spooky props up here, and I was just going through, just looking through some of the spooky props up here in the attic, and this is a prop skull that, well, you put water in it, you see, and you plug it in, and it makes a mist come out of. And I think it's a little strange that they address me this way. They say, "Eerie mist flows out of the skull, mister." I don't know. Sounds like a little kid, you know, says, "Hey, mister." Or maybe they're mad at me. Sometimes people say mister when they're like, "Listen here, mister." And anyway, do you think I should start over? Do you think? No, not in the Mask Fan Addict, certainly not. Not when we got a cool mask waiting to be discussed. And speaking of disgust, one really disgusting thing is sewage. And tonight's mask is called Sewage. That's his only name, just Sewage. Now, old Sewage here is a Don Post Studios product. There's not a whole lot to say about him. He's just a straight up, nice, little, affordable, creepy, scary Halloween mask. Now, the Tales from the Crypt TV series came out in 1989, and Sewage came along for the first time in 1990. And it might lead you to think that he may have been at least partially inspired by the character of the Crypt Keeper from the HBO Tales from the Crypt show. He doesn't look just like him, just a similar type of character, a kind of a, you know, a rotted corpse that's gross and melted and goopy looking, but is also kind of fun, also has kind of a sense of humor and a sense of fun and a sense of sort of campiness about him, and I like that about old Sewage. Now, he was in production for a long time. Again, he came along in 1990. I believe he remained in production, which is to say they kept making them right up until 2002, from 1990. Now, as I've told you before, that's a long time in mask years. So this was a very common and very popular mask and was around for a long time. A lot of haunted houses and, oh, you know, the local spook house would have a Sewage in there for many years. And a lot of times the hair back then, there was a lot more hair than this on a lot of them, and it sort of hung down over the face to some extent and was messier. This particular copy that I have here, and I haven't done anything to this one. This is straight from Don Post Studios. Once in a while I tell you, oh, I repainted a little bit of it or something. No, this is just straight off the shelf, okay? This is one of the Back from the Grave versions. Now again, Sewage was discontinued in 2002, but then brought back briefly in the 2011 Don Post catalog, where he made the cover. He was the cover ghoul, you see, as part of the Back from the Grave series, which was a line of masks that were old Don Post designs brought back by popular demand because collectors and you know, people who ran the haunted houses and so forth really liked them. And one of those guys that made a comeback in 2011, just before Don Post closed its doors and stopped making masks and went out of business in 2012, was our old buddy Sewage. Now, the ones in the Back from the Grave line didn't have nearly as much hair for the most part. As you can see, this just has a few little strands. Some of the ones from the 90s had probably 3 or 4 or 5 times as much hair as this, and it seems like he got balder and balder as time went on, and I know what that's like. Yeah, he had less hair as the years went by, but even the Back from the Grave 2011 version, which you see before you, is a pretty nice mask. Sold for around $30 retail, which is not a lot of money for a nice bloated, melted, gooey, rotting, skull-faced guy. And again, the paint's not bad on this. Some of them had some green in them. Some of them had a little green around the eyes, a little green in the cheeks, a little green around the ears. This one does not. This one is just straight up brown and black. The teeth are pretty nicely painted. They have some shading on there and they're shiny. Teeth are nice and glossy. And his skin looks like it's all crusty and goopy and has this nice gray and black effect going on in the little wrinkles and crevices. So pretty nice mask for $30 price range. Not a high-end collectible movie tie-in sort of thing. Just a nice little affordably priced Halloween mask, Sewage. And you may be able to find yourself one of these if you're so inclined, because they do still turn up from time to time because, again, a lot of them were made. So keep your eyes open for a sewage zombie. And, well, until next time, remember, if at first you don't succeed, be sure and burn the evidence that you tried.